This is Joy News Desk. Hello, I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. Coming up, it's National Farmers' Day celebration today, and expectations are high across the country as players within the agribusiness value chain push for stronger government interventions. Also, Parliament gives green light to 2 major agreements for the purchase of 4 helicopters and a jet as part of efforts to retool the Ghana Air Force. Also this morning, Office of the Special Prosecutor and lawyer Martin Kpebu clash over charges in fresh case against private legal practitioner for allegedly obstructing justice, contrary to Section 69 of the OSB Act. We have details as civil society organizations push back as majority MPs renew calls for the scrapping of the Special Prosecutor's Office. We have business updates as well. Do stay for details. Now, farmers across the country are being celebrated for their exploits today. President John Mahama is leading the nation at an event in Ho in the Volta region. This year's celebration is themed Feed Ghana, Eat Ghana, Secure the Future, reflecting the government's emphasis on strengthening food systems, promoting local consumption and building long-term resilience in the agriculture sector. Let's get more from our correspondents. And Ivy Satoji is in Ho in the Volta regional capital, where the main events will be happening. Ivy, what can you report?
Good morning. So today in the Australian city of Ho, a lot is happening. We have the Water Fair as well as the Farmers' Day. And so a lot of people are in town, all they are working there. People from across the country are waiting for the program to kickstart. The president is in town. So when you go to Ho, you see a more like a city with business booming at the sports stadium. The residents are a lot this program. They are saying that after the program, a lot of business be updated. A lot of farmers will have spoken up their, especially concerning their farm growth. Some of the farms to the market are very difficult. So what the presidents are asking for is when the president comes, he should address such issues. They should be able to construct some farm roads to market so that they can be able to sell their produce, their farm produce as early as possible. Because looking at vegetable farming and the food, most of them are perishable goods. So when they don't sell it, it gets bad and then they lose a lot of money. So there are lots of issues farmers and residents want to have the president speak about today. And so a lot of businesses are ongoing. People are trooping in to have the national celebration of the Farmers' Day in Ho. So we'll stand by and get more on the issue.
But Ivy, do we know that the president is in the Volta region?
Yes, the president will be coming to officially celebrate the farmers in the region. According to reliable sources, yes, the president will be around together with the Agric Minister, who has been around for some days now.
Right. Thank you very much, Ivy, for that update. We'll definitely come there live when the event starts. Well, let's go to Martina Bugri, who's also in the northern region. Martina, what's happening there in the Volta region, in the northern region?
By the Yendi municipality, and it's being held at Pilgbini, a community about 2 kilometers from Yendi. And we've seen people mount their exhibition stands to exhibit some of their products, including the Fisheries Commission and Northern Coast Tech, among other exhibitors. Right behind me, we have the awards that have been situated for the winners to be announced soon. But the event is yet to start. And now talking to farmers in the region, what they want government to do, especially rice and cereal farmers, they want government to mop excess rice that is in the system, soya bean, among other cereals. They said there is a glut. And so they want government to step in and address some of these challenges. One other issue that has also come out strongly is connecting good roads to market centers to make it easier for farmers to be able to transport their wares from the farm gates to the market centers, so that people do not take advantage and buy produce they have toiled for at very cheap prices.
Thank you so much for the updates in the northern region. We go now to Ilyasu Tanko in the northeast region. Ilyasu, what is happening in the northeast region?
The regional celebration is going to be held in Chirponi as we speak. They are currently authorities, so the regional minister and his team are currently on their way to Chirponi. And the issue is, or the event is here to begin. But what we have been gathering from farmers here has to do with the concern about the glut in rice and other cereals. Most of the farmers have not been able to sell their rice produce, even though they have got bumper harvest. Again, what we are learning is the concern about the closure of the borders. As you know, this region borders the Republic of Togo. And in most cases, due to bad road, this is the best option for farmers to go and sell their farm produce. This time, they are saying the border closure is having a heavy impact on their produce. So they are asking the government to do something about the border closure. And also, they are also complaining about bad roads. In Chirpone, where the event is going to be held, nearly 80% of the farmers sell their produce in the Republic of Togo, largely because the road connecting to bigger cities in Ghana are largely in a very bad state. And so they are asking government to address this challenge as well.
Well, you talk about the security situation and also the border closures, but how has it really impacted farmers in the cultivation of crops and so on?
Well, not really about the cultivation, but the sale of their produce.
Okay.
Sometime in Togo, because of the heightened security, there were some restrictions to farmers who have their farm produce across. But I understand that has been resolved. But largely, the concern is centered on the fact that there are no markets in Ghana, and the rules too are in very bad state. And so they wanted the border closure to be lifted so that they could sell their farm produce in the Republic of Togo.
Thank you very much, Ilyasu, for that update. We go now to the Bono region and speak to Anas Sabit for more on this. Anas. Hello, Anas. Unmute and speak to us.
My name is, I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear now.
The Semi-West District is hosting the Bono Regional version of the National Farmers Day, which is happening here for the first time since the creation of the region. And today we are expecting some 14 persons to be awarded for various categories. As the Eastern District's, talent farmers. This is, tagged as the food basket of the country. And a lot of, farming, it's been done in this particular region. We are fortunate to have the voter list, and so we are going to have the best agriculture, farmer. We are going to also have the best coffee farmer. We are going to have the best cocoa farmer. We are going to have the best regional primary school in practical agriculture. We the best junior high school in practical agriculture, and then the best senior high school in practical agriculture. These are new categories that are being introduced since the taking of the feed down policy, where most schools are encouraged to enter into the agriculture. And so that is the new thing that we are seeing here. We also know that apart from the farmers, the agriculture extension officers, we're also going to have the best agriculture extension officer, the best differently abled farmer, the best youth farmer, the best female farmer. We also have the best livestock farmer, and then the best crop farmer before we have the overall best farmer. here at the Kwame Danso Ascot Park, where all is set and the program is set to commence in the next couple of minutes.
Thank you, Anna. So definitely get in touch when the real event happens in Anasa Beatings in the Bonois region, giving us an update on the Farmers' Day celebration. Well, Bismarck Norte is Executive Director for the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, and also Evans Chairman and CEO of Agric Infancy 2023 Best Municipal Cassava Farmer, Mampo Municipality. Grateful for your time, gentlemen, on our desk this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Great. So let me speak to the 2023 Best Municipal Cassava Farmer for the Mampo Municipality. For a day like this to come on, usually where does it take you? What is the feeling being a farmer and also cultivating, becoming the best cassava farmer in 2023? On days like this, how do you feel?
All right, thank you very much. Let me say that I'm driving I'm on my way to the Mampo municipality where we're going to have our Farmers' Day. So the lines may not be too far, but I feel very proud of myself that a day like this, we are able to say that we have served the nation and also provided jobs for young people. And then, as you all know, agri sector, employs almost about 40% of the population, and also the major economic activity in the rural area. So agri is very, very important fabric for economy. And for that, a day like farmers, people that farmers, let them as the key that is driving economic development. So we are very excited, especially myself, where I was now just 2023, and that alone makes me feel very.
Right. So let me speak to Bismarck Norte. He's Executive Director for the Peasant Farmers Association. So Bismarck, for this year's celebration, the government is trying to push in the youth, especially in agriculture. It's been years celebrating this day, but with this year's theme and the pathway government is taking, what do you make of it?
Let me use the opportunity to congratulate all African farmers for this week and for their work with institutions for those who are not with me. We still recognize the work and the effort they put in, and we are hopeful that in the very near future, the challenges that are facing farmers will be addressed to enhance their productivity. And with regards to the question you asked about whether or not the effort government is putting in to incentivize the youth is adequate, I think that we still live in a sector where while the cultural landscape still have systemic problems that government out will not be able to find a lasting solution to it. And it's a fact that over the past decades, the country is still battling with basic systemic challenges that grand populations put on. And I don't intend to bore you with my listing all the challenges, but we all know that one of our major projects has been action, relying on rainfall, the fact that we've not been able to mechanize our agriculture, and the fact that we've not solved our marketing constraints. These are major bottlenecks that if we are not able to fix, it will be difficult to incentivize any to go into agriculture. So in the era where in are battling even with illegal mining, for instance, where you are having reports of young people earning as much as 8,000 Ghana cedis a week in an illegal trade, as compared to a youth or a young person who goes to a break and after producing for 10 months, he or she is not able to secure market for their produce, and people produce go bad. Those are the things that the people will look at. So if we are really interested in ensuring that we are bringing more people on board, and I think it's critical because if you look at our cultural data, 95% of our farmers are about 55 years, and it's scary. So if we don't do something drastic to ensure that we're able to entice the youth in the sector, it will get to a point where you might not have the labor force to produce, and that's something that we're import. We are currently battling with our high import rate of over 3.5 billion per annum. So it's something that we want to reduce. So I think, and I believe that the current government, with their plan to attract the youth into the country, they also have their larger plan to ensure that the fundamentals that are fixed. I mentioned one, irrigation, big problem. We are doing less than 10% of our potential. There are several regions in Ghana that do not have any individual irrigation facilities. There are a lot of abandoned irrigation facilities across the country. There are a lot of poorly constructed dams across the country. How do we ensure that as a country we fix that irrigation problem? The government has announced the irrigation for wealth program, where the idea is that they want to construct irrigation dams across 8 years in that. That's a huge intervention that we have worked. But where is engine? Unfortunately, I didn't see those particular ones captured in the business study. So it makes you wonder, how agents are they attached to that particular project? As for me, even that should be for. There is nationalization. We know of the farmer service centers that have been proposed even in the budget, and there are a plan to have 50. I think that we quickly need to escalate that particular intervention because it's critical. In this modern day, we don't use full cutlasses, but that has been the bane of our farmers. A lot of grain farmers, rice farmers especially, they still have their rice on the field because they do not have access to combine harvesters. And that's something that we need to solve once and for all. So that's an area that we need to improve. And then our marketing challenges. The recent glut has exposed a lot of vulnerability in the sector. The fact that we do not have a system in place for storage, our rules are terrible. Our states do not have a functional system to purchase produce from farmers. The role of middlemen and how they overprice, how foods are spoiled. Those are things that we need to find solutions to it. Right. And I think that we need to have a discussion around how to ensure that this particular issue that our farmers are facing do not.
Thank you very much. Bismarck Norte is Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association. We also spoke to Evans Tre Mensah. He's CEO of Agric Impacts and he's 2023 Best Municipal Cassava Farmer for the Mampo Municipality. Let's go now to the Upper West Region and speak to Rafik Salam, who is in Wa, with the very updates in the celebration. Rafik.
The celebration is taking place in the Upper West Region here, and I can report to you that over 100 farmers, both male and females, will be awarded at this particular ceremony. The regional event is taking place at Lupi, where the Upper West Regional Minister, Lloyd Kabonga, is expected to be there to grace at the occasion. But as I speak to you now, currently I'm at Sirigiri, where the One West District Assembly, where they are hosting that particular event. The information that we have gleaned on indicated that they are going to award 19 farmers, both males and females, to the best, what do you call it? The best overall farmer, best farmer here will take home motor cycle king, and then also first runner-up, second runner-up, they were taking motor cycles, and then also the best female farmer here will be taking what do you call it, a fruit planter. So the event is about to take place here at Suriri in the Wawat district, and we are still waiting for the arrival of the dignitaries, the person of the district chief executive, which is Mulu, and a host of other dignitaries. But the people already are seated, waiting with bated breath for the event to take place.
Thank you, Rafiq, for that update. We'll definitely come back when we know the best farmer in the region. Now, moving away from the Farmers' Day celebration, Parliament's Committee on Defence and Interior has approved 2 major procurement agreements valued at approximately 178 million euros to support the urgent retooling and modernization of the Ghana Air Force fleet. The package, designed to halt the rapid decline of the nation's aerial defense and transport capabilities, includes the purchase of 1 Falcon 6X jet and 4 Airbus helicopters. Speaking on the floor of Parliament on Thursday, Ranking Member Reverend John Timfojo noted that the committee took into consideration the findings and safety recommendations arising from the recent Z9 helicopter crash.
If the government of the day, the opposition at the time, had been committed, as this side is, we would have had 2 aircrafts, 1 long haul and 1 short haul. And today, there would not be a need to have the conversation we are going to have. Mr. Speaker, this House, again, is not opposed. Even before the sad August 6th disaster, which was a national tragedy, we had advanced the argument that the fleet of the Ghana Armed Forces are aging. There's a need for us to revamp them and replace them. Let's invest in it. We had members of NDC, members of Parliament, sitting on various platforms, sending and signaling their warning and caution that even if the Falcon we are talking about, which is an aircraft belonging to the military, which is the executive platform for travels by the president, has, my good brother, Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Ablakwa, said that even if 1 engine is faulty, the remaining engines are fit to fly the president. But today we will support him so that we will buy a befitting aircraft that he will accompany the president to fly on. We will put his safety and the safety of the president in priority so that he can safely travel and conduct business on behalf of the state and return safely in the most patriotic way. But, Mr. Speaker, we are concerned about safety. And in terms of safety, we want to put it on record that this agreement is taking into consideration key recommendations made by the helicopter crash report, which experts advised and recommended that in any event that this state is going to invest into our Air Force, we take into considerations modern avionic features. We ensured by due diligence that the 4 helicopters that are going to be procured from Airbus meet the requirements by Captain Fojo and his team.
The Office of the Special Prosecutor and Private Legal Practitioner Martin Pebu and a sharp disagreement over whether he has been formally charged in a fresh case of alleged obstruction of justice contrary to Section 69 of the OSP Act. Director of Communications, Research and Strategy at the office, Sami Dako, maintains that Mr. Martin Pebu has indeed been charged. He spoke on Top Story with Kojo Brace last night.
He should be honest enough and tell them that I have been charged. Okay. I don't understand how you also don't understand that a person is charged before they are given bail. That charge is that is an internal charge. So then we have a charge where then you are sent to court. So you are charged with an offense. So obstruction of officers of their lawful duty contrary to Section 69 of the OSP Act, Act 959. He was long ago told about this. Was yesterday. That's the reason why you then be granted bail. No, I've not been charged. Sami Daku said he will verify. So maybe you should go and check and then we'll see. I'm not aware that I've been charged.
Okay. He's told us today, he told us now categorically that you've been charged and you were told.
No. They say.
Oh, we heard that Martin People insisting otherwise, saying his statement was only taken and he was cautioned and nothing more. He spoke earlier on the AM show as well.
Martin, good morning to you. Hello, Martin, do I have you? So, let us in on maybe.
Yeah, he was a year ahead of.
The high-pitched voice. As for me, so because of that, I turned to look. So he is like between 5 and 7 meters behind you. So as for me, then I turned. Then he continued. Next time you come here and do that, I will show you, pa. And this is a soldier. So soldier exercise, I will show you, pa. So I shot back. You can't do anything. What have I done wrong? You don't have such powers. Then he said, you are a stupid man. And then I replied. So that is the core part. So I'm walking ahead. He's not in front of me. He emerged from the security post and talked to me. So I had to turn. He didn't even know my name. He didn't even say, officer, or maybe hello, or no. He just started talking. Then I turned. Okay, so that's it too. We'll see where the obstruction lies. Now let's go step by step briefly. So on the day, on Wednesday, I went there 2 p.m., and then usually, like I did on 2 previous occasions, when I pack, then I would go out and grant a few interviews to the media that gather at in front of the OSP. So when I went out to if you are facing the OSP, you call it the left side, the ECG facility there. So I went and then Fatau Bayarga of Joy FM, Joy News, started the.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Africa Union Advisory Board on Corruption, Edem Senanu, and Vice President of Imani Africa, Kofi Bentil, are pushing back against calls from some majority MPs for the office of the Special Prosecutor to be scrapped, warning that the arguments fueling the campaign overlook Ghana's long struggle with impunity.
I think it's always about the arguments that are at the table. A question on my mind is whether the circumstances that birthed the OSP have changed. I heard the majority speaker talk about how allowing or equipping the AG with all that money would make a difference. That the argument that the AG would not be able to prosecute his own is virtually neither here nor there. It's difficult to agree with the majority speaker on that.
The politicians on both sides have never supported the setting up of the office of the Special Prosecutor. Some of us were part of the discussion from the beginning after President Kufuor's time. It was opposed by every one of them from all sides because essentially that office was set up to prosecute politicians because a lot of the corruption was coming from politicians, especially the executive.
Former Registrar of the Scholarship Secretariat and Member of Parliament for Ibuaka South, Dr. Kingsley Ajiman, has dismissed claims that he left the Secretariat in financial distress, describing the debt as a long-standing burden carried over successive administrations, including 230 million cedi left by the first Mahama government. His response comes after the Ghana High Commissioner to the UK and Ireland, Sabasita Benson, accused him of creating an unimaginable financial mess, alleging that the Ghana Mission currently owes universities abroad £32 million in unpaid fees due to unfunded scholarship award letters issued during his tenure. Dr. Ajiman stresses that the debt accumulated is not his making.
It's a big issue for us. It's something I came to meet. And it's unfortunate that the Scholarship Secretariat under the former registrar, what's his name, Kingsley Ajiman. I don't know why he's still working, and I'm looking in the camera and saying this. I don't know why Kingsley Ajiman is still walking around a free man, because the mess he has created for us as a nation, it's not just us, it's for us. It goes to you as well. The mess is huge. The London Mission owes universities in the UK here £32 million. £32 million. That's way above the budget that even next year the Scholarship Secretariat has been awarded.
It's very unfortunate that I've heard Her Excellency, I don't know if it is even right to call her Excellency, Zita, the Ghana's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. I mean, very undiplomatic about the kind of debt she said she has inherited. She announces that she's inherited 32 million pounds. So the whole, the hell should break loose. No, Madam, Your Excellency, you are a diplomat. You ought to know better. The scholarship liability or the scholarship debt is a continuous thing because of the financial year and the academic year. And the mere fact that most of the tuitions or the courses of study goes beyond the financial year. You have been in the executive before. You've been a minister of state before. So you should understand how these things run. Is that how you're going to discuss Ghana's liabilities in the United Kingdom? So if there's an issue with the Ministry of Trade, then you go this way. But let me set it very clear. I met a debt of 230 million Ghana cedis, about $57 million. And no child, no student was sent home.
This is Joy News Desk. We take a break. We return with business.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Darrell Kwao. Economist and public policy expert Dr. Theo Champon says Ghana cannot afford to lose momentum in improving its public financial management systems despite the progress made in recent years. Speaking to Joy Business at a high-level policy dialogue on economic governance held in collaboration with the World Bank, Dr. Champon noted that while reforms have enhanced transparency and budgeting processes, several weaknesses continue to undermine effective fiscal governance.
I think we've made good progress when it comes to PFM reforms in Ghana over the years. I mean, you can go back 10, 15 years of various reforms with some degree of success and some challenges as well, as we were discussing. But one of the big things going forward really is, okay, how do you have an additional way of checking that government is complying or meeting with the rules that it has set for itself? So you know that April this year, we changed the PFM Act and made some amendments, two key ones being the introduction of two new fiscal rules. So the first rule saying that your public debt as a share of GDP should not be any more than 45% by 2034. And then the second one that we changed was also that you need to run a primary surplus of at least 1.5%. So primary surplus being you take your revenue, you take your expenditure, but your expenditure does not include your interest servicing cost.
In other news, President of the Certified Innovation Professionals Association, Dr. Richard Ampofo-Buedu, is calling on businesses to pursue a mindset shift to support innovation. Speaking at the 2025 Innovation Forum organized by the association, he noted that this is critical to building resilient and sustainable businesses. Here's more.
The Certified Innovation Professionals Association's forum, which was under the theme Sustainability Through Innovation, Building Resilient Systems for Tomorrow, brought together industry leaders, experts, innovators, and members to discuss ways to ensure long-term growth of institutions with innovation at the center, according to the president of the Certified Innovation Professionals Association, Dr. Richard Ampofo-Buedu. Pursuing a mindset shift towards finding solutions to setbacks to innovation is critical.
Whatever we're going to do in this world, the outcome depends on what? Our mindset. The innovation process begins with an idea that is based on conception, developing, refining of new ideas.
President and founder of Noble International Business School, Professor Kwekwetia Hinijima, also urged entities to adapt to changing trends, adopt technology in order to undertake innovative tasks.
If you do not start thinking differently and solving problems with technologies that still exist, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but adapt the technologies to solve problems here. And there are so many problems that we can solve with existing technologies without spending a lot of money to develop new ones. My message to you as practitioners who are in the CIPA group is that you have to continue to organize to ensure that the message of innovation is across the whole country.
The association also awarded graduating students from Cohort 5 as certified innovation professionals.
All right, and that's it for the segment. Handing you back to Mamiesi. Hi.
Hi, Daryl. Good to see you.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Director says to tell you you're looking good. I don't know why. He's admiring from there, yeah.
Thank you, Daryl. Well, moving on, Ghana Health Services is committed to making healthcare accessible and responsive to persons with disabilities in the Ashanti region. Regional Director Fred Adumako Boateng says all facilities will offer sign language services for persons with hearing impairments by June 2026. Ahim Interior reports.
Over the past year, the Ghana Health Service has sustained disability-friendly facilities by improving accessibility in selected health centers while training frontline workers on disability-inclusive care. Caregivers are trained to respectfully communicate and ensure non-discrimination as the service expands community-based rehabilitation and outreach services to reach persons with mobility barriers. Ashanti Regional Health Director Dr. Fred Adumako Boateng revealed the efforts are important as the Directorate strives to build an inclusive health ecosystem that will give all manner of persons the chance to live a healthy and dignified life. Dr. Adumako Boateng told a World Disability Day event at Kumasi Cheshire Home that Ghana Health Services has incorporated disability into maternal, child and mental health as well as non-communicable disease care.
The Directorate has taken concrete steps including strengthening disability-friendly facilities and improving accessibility in selected health centers. Now, any facility of our own that you go, we have a disability desk manned by the person.
Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Psychiatrist, Dr. Francis Opon, is unhappy that sections of the Disability Act passed in 2006 have still not been enforced.
It is a very good act. It protects their human rights, enhances their well-being, but however, enforcement has been a challenge. There was a time ago that the 3% District Assembly Common Fund that should be distributed to persons with disability within the various districts and municipalities were not being dispersed. It has a nice quote. It's in the law. It's a good thing. But however, it wasn't being dispersed.
This year's World Disability Day is under the theme Fostering Disability Inclusive Societies for Advancing Social Progress. Ahim Interior's report for Joy News.
Paramount Chief of the Dorimon Traditional Area, Nase Dutugbani Saligbili II, has admonished chiefs in the traditional area to prioritize peace and development in the various areas. At the swearing-in of 16 divisional chiefs and 10 queen mothers in the area, he noted that without peace, there cannot be any meaningful development. Rafik Salam reports from Dorimon.
Ward District Magistrate Maxwell Maxi Bentetereku swore the 26 divisional chiefs and queen mothers at a colorful ceremony at Durmo, Paramount Chief of the Durmo Traditional Area, Paramount Chief of the Durmo Traditional Area. Now, Alaji Sedi Tungban Selembele II accompanied it by swearing them to their rightful place at the Durmo Traditional Council. Now, Sedi Tungban Selembele urged the newly sworn chiefs and their queen mothers to see peace as their guiding principles, which will speed up development in their respective communities. I am a development chief. I am not interested in anything other than development. My word to the Queen Mothers and Chiefs is for them to go back to their various communities and ensure that there is peace in the traditional area. And they should endeavor to settle matters that are brought to them with justice, with respect and dignity. And so they are my worthy ambassadors who will propagate my philosophy in the traditional area, that I am for peace and I am for development. The Dolomo Paramount Chief then laid bare his development priorities. I would have loved, and I'm going to follow it, to see to it that the Ward Dolomo Road, Jambose, up to Wechao is start, to see to it that we have a hospital in the Dolomo Township, to see to it that our E-block that was started some years back is completed and students go into classes there. At least if I see this within my time, I would have been grateful to the Almighty Allah, would have been grateful to my ancestors, and would have been grateful to all the chiefs and people of the traditional area for having made me a chief. There was further advice for the chiefs and Queen Mothers from the chief of Marseille, now Dr. Sakang Munamana II.
And when you put yourself forward as a partner or as a chief, you take on to yourself special responsibilities. It means that you can no longer behave like a non-chief or a non-queen mother. It means that you stand for truth. It means you stand for the community. It means that you will sacrifice for others. When I came here in 2016, the then chief, may his soul rest in peace, told me, when you are a chief, you are like a community dump. Everybody dumps his garbage on you, and you must accept all.
Queen Mother of Wood traditional area, Pogna Sadiang Munambasanya the first, on behalf of the new chiefs and Queen Mothers, was grateful to the Dolomo Paramount Chief and the people for the confidence reposed in them, promising to support their various chiefs to facilitate development in their respective communities.
We will always do what is right to educate our areas, our traditional areas. And as Queen Mothers, we are to assist our chiefs to be able to perform our duties successfully.
Reporting for Dway News, Graphic Salam, Dolomo.
And that's how we wrap up on Joy News Desk. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. We're back for Joy News today. Have a good morning.